What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. What's up, Ray Quill? What's up, Carlton? Yeah, I'm good. How about yourself? Y'all come on in. What's up, Rosa? Alright, we're gonna give him another minute, y'all. We're gonna get started. I ain't gonna hold this one too long. What's up, Lynn? What's up, Alexis? Alright, y'all. Let's go and get started. Get this one over with. I just finished watching American God Season 3. And I have to say, it was trash. I ain't gonna lie to you. I knew it was gonna be trash anyway when they let that white boy take over. They gave him the creative rights over fucking Oliver Jones. I knew then that it was gonna be trash, y'all. What's up, Ashe? I knew then that it was gonna be trash. Now there was some great things in there, but as far as overall, that season was pretty much trash. You see what I'm saying? What's up, John? Now I'm gonna go over the good things first, get them over with. The good thing in the show was they introduced the Orishas, Ogun, Shango, Aye, the Orishan goddess of earth, Yemiya, the Orishan goddess of water, of course Oshun, goddess of love. So they introduced them. Another good thing, or the best thing about the show is they Beatrice had her awakening. She came out her lower self and fully activated back and fully ascended back to her higher self. What's up, Renuki? So it fully ascended back to her higher self, and I got a scene of that right now. So we're gonna get that over with. Gonna put that on there. So yeah, hold on here. But yeah, overall, I don't really like this season. And there's gonna be many reasons why I don't like this season. I'm going to tell y'all this in a second, but I'm going to get the good stuff out the way for the first half of the lecture. And then I'm going to trash it for the second half of the lecture. So, see, can I brighten it up for y'all? Alright. Ain't get no brighter than that.
So you must know where it is. You are a giver. You are a giver of life. You are a giver of life. Your eyes are clear, but you can't see the truth yet. Sister, remember all you have learned. No has your hand. No has your hand. I have to tell you. Then let the earth and water support you, as they always have. You have had this power all along. You can reclaim it now, with the power of the wind. Sister, your eyes are clear. No has your hand. You can't see the truth yet. May the optimism of tomorrow be your foundation for today. And if we must wait for the amazing salvation, may your temporary forever feel much less than a day. And as we as power, we are powerless, and we just become nothing but you and they. May peace be in your heart. May your reaches lead your way. Lead the way.
White boy couldn't even take that shit. He had to run. So what you seen here was her awakening to who she truly was, which is not just. First of all, Beaquist is not her real name. If y'all didn't know, Beaquist is actually Arab, the Arab interpretation or an insult to who she truly is as the Queen of Sheba, aka Queen Makeda. The Queen of Sheba just means soul of a woman, just like King Solomon means soul of a man. So Queen Sheba, Ba. Think about it. Break the word up. She, her, and Ba, soul, her soul. You see what I'm saying? So just the soul of a woman. So that's what that means. And of course, Queen of Sheba was what? The wisest woman, whereas King Solomon was the wisest man. So this is what you seeing here. This is what you seeing here in this scene. They summoned Shadow Moon to just pick her up. She didn't need saving in the common sense of the word. She just needed a ride for the most part. She just needed an Uber, my nigga. A cosmic Uber in the form of Shadow Moon. That's all she needed. You know, just a little divine assistance from him. So yeah, of course, Aye, the goddess of Mother Earth, Yemiya, the goddess of water, and Oshun, goddess of love, came to her when she started tapping in again, and started working through her. She started doing her shadow work and working through her trauma and blockages and other bullshit she had inside her shadow. Once she cleared it up or accepted that she was fucking up on certain levels, but she had to do it in order to survive down here, then she fully awoken to who she truly was. And then she imparted some of this wisdom to, Shadow Moon. What did she tell Shadow Moon? Well, how they fucked the deities up? That's the $1 million question. Shadow Moon asked her, how they fuck the deities up? How did they do that? Well, check it out. Check out what she says.
It took 2 days in prison to realize I've been walked through for thousands of years.
Look at, hear what she just said.
Exotic fantasy in the minds of others. But how does something like that even happen? They create an identity, an image for us that serves them. They teach us to see ourselves through a veil. Now the veil's been lifted. You see it all for what it truly is. I see myself as I am. I lost that. The future holds is up to us to decide. I've been thinking about things differently lately. Tear down the veil, Shadow. Use all your strength and do it now. Already started. It's no going back now. No. Not ever.
So, she tell you that they created images for them in their that serve their desires. That's how they fuck their energies up. So now you know the secret. What's up, Star? What's up, Sharonisha? So now you know the secret to how they distorted the deity energy. They created images of them according to how they wanted to see them, not according to how they were. Beaquist, you now see, has power over earth and water, not just love. You see what I'm saying? So she's also a paternal earth goddess, which makes sense. I mean, a maternal earth goddess. My bad. A maternal earth goddess. And she's a goddess of water because that's all feminine energy. That all actually falls up under the love energy. Water and earth would be the love energy. It would be, and water and earth is feminine energies anyway. In alchemy, fire and ash are the masculine energies, water and earth are the feminine energies, right? So this is what you got going on. So she literally told you that I was originally the goddess of love, earth, and water. But they told me that I was just a goddess of sex. And then they made a demon out of me saying that I was a sex. So, they made a demon out of me saying that I was just a sexual demon. And so I had to live out of it until I fully awakened to who I truly was once more. So yes, that's probably the baddest scene in the movie. You know, bad set of scenes in the movie, and then the water fall out. And you know, her hooking back up with the melanated man, you know, who they downplayed fucking Shadow Moon's awakening in the movie. He did realize he was God, but he didn't have that big moment like Bilquis did. You know, they ain't gonna have both of us awakening in one season. They gonna give you the woman, or they gonna give you the man awakening. So they downplayed Shadow Moon's awakening in the movie, even though he did come to the realization that he was God. You see what I'm saying? But you wouldn't even have you couldn't tell that he realized that he was God in the movie. And then they shut that shit down later on in the movie when he was talking to Odin. Oh yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on. Let me start off with the fuckery in this shit. You know, that's me going off into the fuckery of the shit. But just know, him and I'm gonna get back to it, him and Odin have a conversation with each other. Even Odin fucking denies the fact that he a god. So let us continue here. So at the beginning of the show, they introduced Mr. World, the demiurge, right? Yaldabaoth. That's who the fuck Cyber Yaldabaoth, to be precise. You know, he is the god of the worldwide, the god of the digital verse. You see what I'm saying? World Wide Web, all that. You see what I'm saying? Then he has Media, who is the god of advertisement and all, the goddess of advertisement and all that. The technological guy, the new guy. But really, it's just Cyber Yaldabaoth and his wife Cyber Pranoia, right? And it's Gnostic shit. It's Gnosticism. Now, in this show, he transforms into a black woman. And I'm like, why did they make him transform to a black woman? Well, while I was researching the show, comes to find out the black woman he transformed into was transgender. I was like, oh, that's why he transformed to a black woman. She was transgender. She was a man first who transformed herself into a woman. Oh, okay, I see. I'm already seeing the fuckery here. Then they go a step further and introduce their other plan, which is called Shard, aka a digital church of the mind. So let's get into that. Cause it's just pure bullshit. I wouldn't even recommend y'all to watch this. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I wouldn't even recommend you watch it. That's how bad it was to me. You see what I'm saying? That's how bad it was to me. Wrong one. I wouldn't even recommend you watch it. That's how bad it was in my eyesight. Which one is that one? Let me see here. I'm hoping I saved it.
It's my job to keep this.
Yeah, it's the one.
The dude's completely ghosted. We created a non-parametric algorithm to unmask a VPN tunnel, and the technical boy's off the fucking grid. Shard is about building a church of the mind for 8 billion worshippers. Exactly. It's not like launching a website. An information highway into 8 billion minds, allowing us to see thoughts.
Did you hear what she said? No, I was playing around with it there. Did you hear what she said? Hold on, let me let y'all hear that one more time.
Worshippers. The technical boy's off the fucking grid. Shard is about building a church of the mind for 8 billion worshippers. Exactly. It's not like launching a website. An information highway into 8 billion minds, allowing us to see thoughts.
So they got this program that they talking about called Shard.
Took 2 days.
Yeah, they got this program that they got going on called Shard. And Shard is what they call a digital church of the mind. And what it's supposed to do is they using technology to hack into your mind and link all your minds together digitally so they can see your thoughts or see what you're thinking. So it's digital telepathy. In other words, it's mass digital telepathy. Think about Cerebrum, but on the highest level. You see what I'm saying? In X-Men. So this is what they aiming for. This is what they aiming for. With this digital church of the mind, they'll be able to hack into your consciousness and see your thoughts. And when they're able to hack into your consciousness and your thoughts, they can actually manipulate your thoughts. Because if they can see it, then they can manipulate it, right? Via digital codes and programming, right? Because you linked into them, so now you gave them permission to go into your mind and use it. So this is real interesting. All right. Now, what is the Shard program as we know it here in the physical plane? Cause that's nothing but Skynet and Terminator and Legion and later on in Terminator, but they had their own adaptation of Skynet and Legion, and all they talking about is basically creating this digital this grandiose digital artificial intelligence or artificial consciousness where everybody all over the world is linked into the mainframe of the quantum AI or cyber Yaldabaoth's consciousness. This is the agenda of the AI prophets that y'all heard about. They got a church of AI out there in Silicon Valley. So if you don't believe me, go research, go Google that shit. The Church of AI. And so they just basically gave you their agenda. They want to create a church, a digital church of the mind where we all become digital slaves and get assimilated into the AI consciousness. You see what I'm saying? That's ruled by Cyber Yaldabaoth code, which is the code 01110, and Cyber Paranoia, which is media in that form. So they basically tell you what they're doing, and they basically telling you what it is. So that's one of their biggest agenda. That's one of their biggest agendas that they got going on. And so they need a tech boy who's actually not a new guy. He's actually an old guy that has forgotten who he was because he represents the embodiment of human innovation. See what I'm saying? He represents the embodiment of human innovation, not just technology, but innovation, period. Like anytime we figure out something, he evolves into something new. But problem is, in evolving into something new, he forgets who he is. He forgets who he originally was. So yeah, this is what you got going on. So he bridged the gap between humanity, the old guys, and the new guys. So this is what's happening. So this is pretty much the agenda for the whole show. The new guys working on their technologies, and the old guys trying to go to war with these motherfuckers, trying to stop them, right? But what they not telling you is a three-way war between the melanated old guys, the white old guys, and goddamn the new guys. What do I mean by that? Notice in the movie, there was a scene where, in the TV show, my bad, it's a TV show. In the TV show, there was a scene where Shadow Moon has a choice between picking the Orishan pantheon, which was his people, and the Norse pantheon, which was the white guys. Of course, he didn't know nothing about the Orishas, so he naturally chose the white guys, the Norse guys, because he didn't know much about the African Orisha like that. You see what I'm saying? The melanated Orisha, right? So that I found it to be very interesting. Another thing that they pointed out, they said once the guys come to America, they are bound by these shores, which I found to be interesting. All the guys came over here, made their journey to the west, and they are all bound by these shores. What do they mean by that? That means that all the old guys right now, no matter what culture, true enough, is here in America, but they can't even leave America. You see what I'm saying? Of course, everybody worship them across the world. You know, they the Africans worship the Orishas, the Irish worship the Celts, and the Norse, the Greece they worship the Greek and all that, so on and so forth. But we all know that Christianity is mainly the main religion across the world. So, this awakening back into the old ways is happening here in America, because the rest of the world ain't really studying the awakening back into the old ways until we brought it back online over here. You see what I'm saying? They weren't really studying that wasn't their job. That wasn't their task. Not because they didn't care about it, but it just wasn't their task for this time period. It was our task. That was our job. That's what we chose to do. Of course, they got hip to the game later after we brought it out after so many years. I've been bringing out the information after so many years, but yeah, it's really, really a lot going on here as far as them letting you know what's really happening. So I just really wanted to point that out before I continue here. So yeah, so what's going on with Shadow Moon? Shadow Moon realizes he is God, like I was saying. But what the white boy do? This is why everybody thought it was a ritual, where Oliver Jones just came out and told everybody that, you know, oh yeah, this white boy came along and, you know, he took over, and everybody like, well, he was doing this and doing this, a bunch of bullshit. Now, what they was arguing over had to do with the characters. What they was arguing over was creative rights. Like, how y'all gonna let this white boy come in and take over creative rights? And a lot of white people was like, oh, well, you know, season 2 of fucking American Gods was underwhelming, underdeveloped. But black people love season 2 of American Gods. You don't hear too many melanated people complaining about season 2 of American Gods. I enjoyed the fuck out of season 2. You see what I'm saying? It had good pace, it had good information, and it was real occult, and it was in the subtleties of season 2. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't a dynamic season, it was the subtleties of what was going on behind the scenes, right? So if that was one of those kind of seasons where you just had to know what the fuck was going on and know what you was looking at for you to get what you was watching. You see what I'm saying? So this is what happening here. But season 3 was trash. Outside of Bill Quick's journey and everything, then they give you the concept of the other. You know, turns out Shadow Moon has a twin soul. You know, cause which is a twin soul is nothing but the other part of your soul, the other half of you that incarnated. That y'all must meet back up to become one complete soul again, right? So that's all the twin soul energy represents. What made me mad about that? I didn't have a problem with the concept. The concept is fine. You know, the twin soul concept is a true concept. It's a true teaching. What made me mad was the twin soul in the show was fucking Laura Moon. The other was Laura Moon. I was like, why the fuck would they make Laura Moon a twin soul? All these guys and all these goddesses walking around here, and y'all pick Laura Moon? And they was like, well, you know, she went through a lot too. She died 3 times and came back 3 times. I was like, that's true, but nobody likes Laura Moon. She's just not a good character. The reason why she's not liked, this bitch done died, came back to life, died, and came back to life 3 times, and the bitch still hasn't fully spiritually awoken. The bitch third eye still just as closed as it was when she first died. You see what I'm saying? The whole done been a zombie. The whole done hung out with gods and goddesses. The whole they lived in this spiritual shit, and she still don't believe. She still her third eye still closed, still sleep. So, you know, why would you make her the other? You see what I'm saying? Why would you make her the other? You know, you couldn't find nobody else. You couldn't bring in a whole new character for that. You know, a whole new character. That would have been so refreshing if they had brought in a whole new character. They probably gonna make it a white woman. Although we know Shadow Moon's other half should have been a melanated sister. You see what I'm saying? Should have been a sister. You know, I don't give a damn if she was from America, from Africa, from goddamn Brazil, South America. You know, that she was supposed to be a sister of some type. She was supposed to be an indigenous, melanated woman, right? We all know this. So, But I already knew that they weren't gonna make her a sister. I pretty much seen that coming. But damn, Laura, like you couldn't find a better white woman than that. That's who you got. If you couldn't, all this faction that you're doing, you couldn't just create a whole new being, call it other. Cause you could have left Laura Moon dead and nobody would have killed. Like, real talk. Laura Moon could have stayed there and nobody would have gave a fuck about this bitch being dead. You see what I'm saying? I didn't care about the whole being dead. You know, her journey through the afterlife was the only thing that was interesting. When that was the only interesting part about her storyline is when she actually died and showed us glimpses into the afterlife. She was in purgatory, you know, learning about her shit. You see what I'm saying? That's it. That was the most interesting thing about her. So the most interesting thing about the character was she was dead. You know? So they brought this hoe back to life to kill Odin, which, you know, is whatever. You didn't even have to do that if you was gonna bring it back to life anyway. You see what I'm saying? But you know, it's a frustrating episode, cause like, alright, let me break it down. They built Shadow Moon up to be El Cristo Negro, aka Jesus Christ. Right, aka Jesus Christ. They had him, they call it the Vigil. The Vigil is when Odin pretty much crucified himself on Yggdrasil, which is the Norse tree of life, for 9 days. Each day is a dedication to all the 9 realms on the tree of life. You know, Midgard, Asgard, Svartalfheim, Jotunheim, Niflheim, Helheim, and the rest of them. You see what I'm saying? So Odin asked, okay, I didn't even show your name. Oh well. Odin asked Shadow Moon to perform a vigil, knowing he know shit about no fucking vigil. So Shadow Moon performs the vigil, and Odin tricks this nigga. You know, Odin tricks this nigga into trading plate. Yeah. Odin tricks this nigga into trading places with him in the afterlife, so Shadow Moon dies and he gets to live. And so he resurrects as the true and living All-Father. So in other words, they sacrificed the black man, made him a martyr to resurrect the white man. You see what I'm saying? To resurrect the white man, to regenerate the All-Father, who in a way is another form of the demon urge. Like, real talk, Odin is another form of the demon urge. Why is Odin another form of the demon urge? Y'all know that whenever they fucking show God in any TV show, he's an old white man with a beard. That's Odin. I need y'all to know that. That's Odin, who they showing to y'all. Or Zeus. You pick either one. Both on the same motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Both on the same motherfucker. Odin is that nigga in Norse mythology, and Zeus is Greek mythology. But they pretty much the same niggas. You know, so that's who it is. And what does he say at the end of the show? He was like, Father. He just said Father, but we all know the rest of that sentence. Father, why have thou forsaken me? You see what I'm saying? That's the rest of the sentence. You know, so that's the rest of the sentence. If you know your biblical teachings, you know, Father, why have thou forsaken me? Why did you let me get sacrificed to die for sins that motherfuckers don't even care about? Niggas don't even care about me dying for their sins. So why? Why have thou forsaken me? He forsook you because you were always the sacrificial lamb. You see what I'm saying? To regenerate him if he ever died. So that's what this is about. So for that, in other words, we went through 3 seasons of this bullshit just so they can sacrifice Shadow Moon to Odin so he can regenerate himself and become the All-Father again. You know, he should be younger next time we see him. He should be more stronger. Oh, but you think that and then they ended like there wasn't more to tell. Like, y'all gotta finish this up, right? After they sacrificed Shadow Moon, they canceled the show. Oh yeah, they canceled that motherfucker. Yes, they did. They canceled the fuck out the show after they sacrificed Shadow Moon. Letting you know, even though we can clearly tell that the story was nowhere near complete. Like, we gotta see who the other is. We gotta see what Bill Quist tells Laura Moon, all that. They don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, nah. All that matter was that black man gave his life force to regenerate the white white guy, the white supremacy, old world energy. So that's all they basically using you for. See, Shadow Moon had a choice. He could have either went with the Orishas, who was his people, and fulfilled what he was supposed to. Cause the elder lady in the show told him, she was like, Shadow Moon has a great destiny. You know, he has a great destiny, and he has a job he needs to do in this war to free us from this bullshit. You see what I'm saying? To free us from this bullshit. But before he could do that, the white man made sure this nigga get sacrificed. And you see the scene where, now y'all understand the scene where I was saying, he's pretty much, he in the spirit realm, but his soul in the spirit realm. And on one side, the slaves are running for him like, Shadow, no, don't go with that nigga, don't go with that nigga. But he didn't know who they were because he wasn't taught the melanated side of his ancestry. He was only taught the north side of his ancestry. So on the other side was Odin on a horse in gold armor. And Odin holds out his hand. He don't know who the other niggas is. So, of course, naturally, he's been trained in the north style of this shit. He hasn't been trained in the Orishan African spirituality. He's only been trained in Norse spirituality, right? Celtic spirituality. So he hops on the horse, which is a gay ass scene in and of itself, homosexuality in and of itself, in my eyes. Like, he hops on the horse, and that shows that's symbolic of him choosing his Norse ancestry over his melanated African ancestry, his African spirituality. So he chose the white man's adaptation of Norse spirituality over his own native, natural African spirituality. And what happened when he chose this? Pay attention. This is the most important part you need to know. It was subtle, but it's the most important lesson in the fucking show. The most important lesson you need to know. And this is what I've been telling y'all for the longest. One can't serve two masters. You either gonna be with their ass or you gonna be with us. There is no in between here. So what happened when Shadow Moon made the wrong decision? He got his ass sacrificed. So what happens when you want to join they boule, when you want to join they Greek fraternities and go into their college systems and think that you doing something by getting you the degrees and join their militaries and all that shit? When you do all this shit and join their occult societies, Freemasonry, Scottish Irish, all that bullshit that they got on the table for you to do to detour you from doing the work yourself as an independent star seed and becoming the master down here, your ass gets sacrificed. Your ass gets sacrificed. Like I told y'all, go back and watch Coming to America that just came out. There was powerful hints that they about to sacrifice Eddie Murphy. There was powerful hints that they about to sacrifice Henry Joffrey Johnson. I hope I'm saying his name right, but y'all know what I'm talking about. There was powerful hints they about to sacrifice Henry. There was powerful hints that they about to sacrifice a lot of motherfuckers that you seen in that movie. Real talk. So they just basically, the ancestors, even though the white boy was trying to fuck us over in the show, the ancestors still intervened, fucked his mind up to show you this scene. The ancestors said, look here, you got a choice. You either gonna go with your African spirituality, your melanated spirituality and soulity with the Orishas. See, they trying to turn you against the Orishas. You see what I'm saying? But they showed you the Orishas only fuck with us. They don't really fuck with them like that. You know, they don't, unless they come from a melanated bloodline. You know, some white people come from a melanated bloodline. That's why they're able to use the Orishan energies like that. But the rest of the white people who ain't part of a melanated bloodline, the Orishas don't really fuck with them. You see what I'm saying? The Orishas don't really fuck with them. You gotta have melanin in your blood for the Orishas to fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? To be on a level with you, for you to tap in to that paradigm. So that's what they were showing you. Shadow Moon had a choice because his mother was a melanated woman. You know, and she fucked this white man, and he just so had to be a god, and Shadow Moon was born. But her only mistake was not teaching him about his African spirituality. She taught him about everything else that they showed us in season 2, but she did not teach him his African spirituality, his African soulity. That was her only mistake in the whole show, because when when his Orishan brothers and sisters came for him, he didn't know who the fuck they was. When them African slaves and indigenous slaves ran up on him, he didn't know who they was. And guess what? Another thing they showed you, when he was sacrificed in the show, peep game here, peep game. One of the visions he had is he was a black overseer. He had become a black overseer because he sold out. He don't know he sold out, and he didn't know he sold out to the bitter end, sadly. He sold out his Orishan African heritage for what? For what? His Nubian heritage, his Murrian heritage, for what? For what? To become a black slaver. That's what he was sitting on the horse overseeing the melanated slaves. So he had became a black slaver. They were showing you this is the ancestors showing you this is the price for picking their way over our way. You see what I'm saying? When you pick their way over our way, this is the price for that. You become everything against us. Whether it be a black slaver, whether it be a black overseer. You see what I'm saying? Whether it be a black separatist, whether it be, you know, any other thing. So if you in any other order, whether it be red hats, black hats, or white hats, and you not fucking with the green hats, Mother Earth, Aye, the water goddess, Yimiya, the fire god, Gunju, the air goddess, Oya. You see what I'm saying? If you're not fucking with those energies right now, you're not fucking with the Orishan energies right now, then your ass in trouble. Or the hoodoo pantheons, or the Condoble, or Macumba, anything that helps you with your melanated ancestors. They basically, and they go, and a lot of people, when I post this on you, they gonna say, Marvin, you're being racist. But I didn't make this shit. They made this shit. A white boy got his ass up there. You blame that motherfucker for letting you know that there's a difference between their way and our way. That nigga made a clear distinction. So don't blame me. The nigga just basically told you have a choice. You either gonna pick the white man archonic way, the white man's archonic way, or you gonna pick the Orishan way, the African spirituality, the soulity. You see what I'm saying? The indigenous soulity and spiritualities, the animism, the animatism on the planet. You see what I'm saying? The way of our ancestors and processors. You either on that path, that journey of the hero and shero, or you on some bullshit. That's basically what they said. They basically made that distinction in this movie. So don't be mad. Do not be mad at me calling me racist when this white boy got his ass up there who directed this shit and made that clear fucking distinction between the two guys, between the two systems of guys here, the melanated system and the white boy's archonic system. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a three-way war here. And they showed you. So now they gotta go say. I don't even know if they're gonna be able to say Shadow Moon. He got killed by the fucking world tree, sacrificed and absorbed into Yggdrasil. So this nigga may not even come back. So, yeah, and they canceled the show. So now they gotta go find somebody. I hope HBO pick it up or somebody. They let Joe and Peele work on it to fix this bullshit that this white boy came up with. But I find it interesting that they made this bullshit on TV. They put this bullshit on TV and then they cancel it. They don't even bother to finish what they started. You see what I'm saying? They don't even bother to finish it up. They're just gonna leave it on a cliffhanger, talking about it's gonna be a season finale. You can't wrap that up in no 1 hour. You need at least 2 hours or 3 hours to wrap that shit up, to wrap it up. And 9 out of 10, they're not gonna bring Shadow Moon back. Or if they do bring it back, first of all, they fucked up a lot of ways here. You didn't have to bring Laura Moon back. Odin would still be living. So, what they was trying to do here was Odin had got old. He became an old white man for the most part. So he didn't have the strength to go to war. They showed him kind of realizing that I'm old now, so I ain't got the strength. But it was all part of his manipulation. He sacrificed. That's when he sacrificed Shadow Moon to regenerate himself and become a younger version, more supercharged version of himself. So this is what he did. I mean, I'm like, this shit so basic. I mean, I seen this come. This why I didn't even want to watch this shit, but I watched it for free. So I ain't spend no money. I wouldn't dare get stars $8.99 for that bullshit there. Hell nah. What's up, GG? What's up, Camlish? Hell nah. I wish I would get them niggas $8.99 to watch that bullshit there that I just watched. Hell. So yeah, it just shows you. There's two systems here. You either gonna choose the white boys' archonic system as a melanated man. This is a melanated man and woman's choice and child's choice. This ain't got nothing to do with the other races. Not everything got to do with the other races on this planet. Some things is in-house. Some things is about us. You gotta take some of your individuality and sense of identity back. Get in tune with your solar plexus and take your sense of self back. Not everything has to do with other races. You see what I'm saying? Not everything has to do with this we are one agenda that they got going on. Some things are in-house. You see, white people don't share everything with you. East Indians don't share everything with you. Asians and all the other races on the planet don't share everything with you. Some things supposed to be in-house. Some things are only supposed to be shared amongst ourselves. That's what we fucking up. We want to share everything with everybody, but everybody else, but they don't want to share shit with us. So some things belong to us. And the soul teachings belong to us. We are soul beings. See what I'm saying? We are soul beings. So the soul teachings belong to us. The books of the dead, everything belongs to us. Anything dealing with the soul is all us. Of course, we got spirits too. And I'm not knocking the spirits, but we are soul people first and foremost. Children of the sun, children of the soul. See what I'm saying? So that's what you got to understand. That's what you got to understand with this bullshit that they kicking out to us. I was like, this guy, they talking about season 2, and I know that nobody's saying shit about season 3. You thought niggas was saying that season 2 was so-called bad. Season 3, nobody's saying shit outside of Bill Quit storyline. And nobody else was doing shit. You see what I'm saying? Nobody else was really happening. And I was like, oh, I love how they downplayed. They bigged it up in the trailer that goddamn Shadow Moon realizes he God. But I love how they downplayed that shit. Like, he realizes that he God, but he don't realize that he God. How about that? They keep him in a state of suspended animation. He don't really have that full awakening like Billquist did in the TV show. So if you don't know what an awakening is, a full awakening, pay attention to, the first half of this video where she had a full awakening, because she said, and I quote the guys of love, Oshun said, you can see clearly, but you have not yet realized the truth. So that means you can have clear sight and still don't recognize the truth because your crown chakra ain't open yet. See, she was at her third eye. When she realized the truth, her crown chakra fully open, and see, crown chakra deals with your consciousness, both personal and universal. You see what I'm saying? Both personal and universal. So that's why she said, you can see clearly, I mean your third eye's open, but you have not yet realized the truth. Meaning your crown chakra is not open. When Bill Quiz opened her crown chakra, she was fucking shit up in the movie. She was around here getting into her ether. She was around here, goddamn. She was astral projecting. She wasn't fucking around. She was not fucking around in this show. So if you go watch season 3, I say it's just for Bill Quiz's storyline. Like real talk. Everybody else outside of Bill Quiz and the Orishas and what they got going on, if you a melanated man, woman, or child, that's the only thing that matters. Everybody else storyline don't mean shit for season 3. You see what I'm saying? Because that's everybody else bullshit. You know, that's the arcanic bullshit, you know, the astral archons and shit. That's what Odin got on, that's astral archon bullshit that he did in the show. That nigga literally took a scripture out of the Bible. So really Odin is actual Yaldabaoth, and Mr. World is cyber Yaldabaoth. They let you know who the fuck Odin was in this show. You see what I'm saying? When he sacrificed goddamn Shadow Moon. You know, so made him El Cristo Negro in the show. So made him a martyr. I was like, this the most, you know what? I feel like I wasted my time watching that bullshit, but they had me watch it so that I could decode it for y'all, so y'all know what y'all looking at. So yeah, that's basically it for this bullshit. I'm trying to think of anything else that happened that was worth talking about, and I can't think of anything else that happened that was worth talking about. So yeah, you know, so yeah, they made some. They threw some concepts around, but they didn't do nothing with them. You know, they didn't do nothing with them, the other. So Bill Quiz was supposed to be training Laura Moon on how to tap into her gifts, which makes no sense at all. Like, why is Laura Moon the other? I mean, y'all couldn't find nobody else. So I knew it's supposed to be a melanated woman, an indigenous melanated woman from, you know, I don't give a damn which house they pick, you know, whether it be American, whether it be South American, whether it be African, here, or British, or our Grimaldi homies over there in Europe. I don't give a damn which house they pick, but we know that that's supposed to be a melanated woman. So yeah, Miss Pat, the leprechaun. Yeah, they killed Mad Swing, but they picked up another one. Leprechauns are dope. They showing you the luck of the Irish. That's all it is. The coin just represents the luck of the Irish. You know, the solar energy that we all have inside us, the prosperity that we need, the abundance, the wealth. You know, the hoard is your own fantasy of what life would be like if you had everything you ever wanted and dreamed of. That's basically what the hoard is, if y'all want to know. There you go, money. So yeah. So yeah, it was a bad season. It was an overall bad season. They can't say shit about Oliver Jones season 2 because season 2 was solid. It was in the subtleties. You had to know your occult science to understand season 2. You see what I'm saying? You couldn't walk in there being a dumb motherfucker watching season 2. You had to know the fuck you was looking at. Season 3, you still had to know your occult sciences, but most people know who the Orisha are, you know, and various other things. But it wasn't no subtleties. They pretty much was in your face with it. Sometimes I like the subtleties of the show, like they did in Star Wars Force Awakens. It was the subtleties that made it good. It wasn't the dynamism, you know, that spiritual energy, that soul energy that's guiding that shit. You see what I'm saying? That they was tapping into. So yeah, that's what they was tapping into in season 2 and season 1. Really, season 1 was good too. So I don't know what this. You know, they let the white boy do whatever the fuck they want to do. Gave him creative rights over Oliver Jones, and he fucked it up. I mean, it's called a spade a spade. Season 3 was not good outside of Bill Quiz storyline. That's the only thing he did right. Bill Quiz storyline. So yeah, and Orishas and how she was doing what she needed to do, and even then they had her hunt down a white girl. So yeah. You know, to be his other. You know, I knew they were gonna make it a melanated woman, but what it had to be Laura Moon? Like, really? Laura Moon is the worst character in the show, and she gets to be the other, the twin soul. the twin soul to, you know, the other half of Shadow Moon soul. I like, really? Really? Oh, okay, whatever. Yeah, so there you go. There you go. There y'all go. So any questions? What you said, Rose? Who did the lady represent that he killed? You talking about the demon bitch? I don't know her name. It's a Norse demon. You talking about the old white lady, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know her name, but yeah, what she represented was Shadow Moon conquering his lower self, his demonic forces inside of him. That's what she represented, cause he found all the children, and finding all the children freed all the souls. And guess what? I find it funny that Shadow Moon is doing all this work. Who shows up to help him? Only the Orishas and goddamn the Hindu guys is showing up to help him. I don't see nobody else showing up to help him do shit. Even though he's supposed to be in good with the Norse guys. You don't see them niggas show up to help him do nothing for real. It's always the Orishas, or it's always Station Egyptian guys, or it's always the Hindu guys. Ganesha even showed up and helped and threw your boy a bomb with coin. And through the coin, he was able to see where the children was. See what I'm saying? So, yeah. This is what you got going on. So, it really was not a good season. So, yeah. Miss Pat, who's the chick driving Odin around? She was a tech expert. You know, if Tech Boy is the masculine half, then she's supposed to be the feminine aspect of technology. So that means Tech Boy represents the hardware, and she represents the software. Cause Tech Boy was good with manipulating the hardware of technology most of the time. That's what you see him do. But she was good at manipulating the software. So yeah, that's all she represented. So yeah, then you know, what else happened? Yeah, that's about it. He found the souls or whatever. But yeah, so it was alright. And they always holding Shadow Moon out to white women. I'm like, why they can't not? But I see what they doing here. In Milwaukee, see, and another thing, that's another thing I wanted to tell y'all. I'm glad I remember. Pay attention to when Shadow Moon chooses his own path over the path his father set for him. That was another conflict you seen with Shadow Moon. When Shadow Moon went to Milwaukee, that nigga was successful as fuck until, you know, he ran into governmental problems, which I think Odin set up so that he could be shut down. Cause, you know, Odin didn't want him walking his own path. Odin wanted him walking the path that he created for him. So he wanted him to go Lakeside, Wisconsin. But I noticed he's trying his best to keep goddamn Shadow Moon away from the African energy, from the melanated energies. Cause when he was in Milwaukee, he was messing with the sisters. He wasn't messing with. So whenever he walked his own path, he messed with the sisters. He messing with the homies. He ain't fucking with that North shit. But when he get down with his daddy, now he back into this North shit and get his ass whooped all through the show. Another scene. Another thing, when Bilquis and the Orishas told him in a dream, like, yo, I need some assistance here. And he was like, all right, cool. You know, Bilquis reached out to him, and the other guys just reached out to him. He was like, cool. So he was on his path that they asked him to do. You know, they asked him for his assistance to go pick her up. Notice how his daddy kept fucking with him the whole time he was on that journey. He didn't fuck with him more than he fucked with him more than when he was trying to go see Bilquis than he did the whole goddamn show. Did y'all peep that? So Odin was trying his best to keep him away from the melanated gods, you see, and goddesses. I noticed that, you know, and so that's why it ended up being a choice, because Shadow Moon did help the Orishas. Whenever they asked for his help, he would go help them. And I think Odin hated the shit. Odin, you know, you see that. I like, why every time, why is it so hard for Shadow Moon to get to Bilquis without fucking Odin calling him every 5 seconds? You see what I'm saying? Why is it so hard for him to do this? Like, for 3 seasons, we haven't seen Odin fuck with Shadow Moon as much as he messed with him in that time period when he was going to go see Bilquis. And I realized that Odin does not want Shadow Moon messing with the melanated guys, because that's also his birthright as well. So he's trying to keep him from his mother's side of the bloodline. See, the Orishan energy is the mother side of the bloodline. He want him on his father's side of the bloodline, which is, he want him on his side of the bloodline. And you see what happened when he chose his side of the bloodline. He sacrificed his ass. You see what I'm saying? He sacrificed his ass. But what if he had chose the Orishas over him? What if he had chose, after he buried that motherfucker, he didn't do the vigil, he took his ass home? You know, he would have went back to Milwaukee, got down with the sisters, he set him up anyway with the white woman that he met out there at Lakeside. So I noticed that, like, when Shadow Moon picked his own path, of course he naturally drawn, you know, as a melanated man, he naturally drawn to the sisters. You see what I'm saying? You know, Odin tried his best to keep him from there. That nigga literally came back and found this nigga, like, you don't belong here. Even though Shadow Moon was thriving there. Until, you know, I feel like Odin had something to do with their contract. You see what I'm saying? I feel like Odin had something to do with it. You feel me? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Dolores? So I feel like he had something to do with it. You know, he set him up. Because he don't want him fucking with the melanated guys. You see what I'm saying? It would be the American Naga guys, the African Naga guys, the South American Naga guys, whatever. He do not want him fucking with his mother's side of the bloodline, which is the melanated side of the bloodline. See what I'm saying? He do not want him dealing with that, because he know he has a birthright to both. But Shadow Moon is unaware. That's the only mistake his mother made. His mother didn't teach him about the African spirituality, for real, and the soulity. That's the only thing, the only mistake she made. She should have been on that. You know, she's teaching them about Roman gods and shit, Libertas, but she ain't teaching them about the Orishas. You know, so I said all of us should have a book on the Orishas in our house. You know, or some way to access the Orishan deities. Then we should all pass that information down to our children. Now, a lot of motherfuckers gonna disagree with me and say, "Mom, the Orishas been compromised." No, they only compromise if you compromise. You see what I'm saying? If your ass is still thinking like how these motherfuckers want you to think, then you compromise. So those forces inside you is compromised. But if you are your own upstanding melanated deity or slash deity, deity is when you work with Orisha, when you're on deity level. When you deity, you become your own Orisha. You see what I'm saying? That's the part that they don't tell you. You're supposed to become your own Orisha. You know, you don't supposed to just work with them. To fully work with the Orisha, you have to become an Orisha. And beyond. You know, and beyond. So yeah, so these are the signs that they not teaching you. So we should all have some information on the Orishas and the melanated people, or as many melanated guys that we could possibly have, because they just showed you. If you watch it for any other reason, just see what I'm talking about. Just to see what I'm talking about. You know, she ordered that freestyle 7-day trial off, goddamn, what you call it, off Amazon Prime. Watch it, cancel that shit after you get through with it, because they do not deserve $8.99 for showing you that bullshit there. Sorry, stars, it ain't you, it's just that nigga fucked that show up bad. So yeah, he fucked that season up bad there. So yeah. So yeah. Just see that they showed you he had a choice between the Norse pantheon or the African pantheon. You see what I'm saying? The melanated pantheon. So if you don't learn nothing else, pay attention to the fact that they just told you can't serve two masters. You either down with us and our ancestors, or you down with them and they archonic ways. And guess what? If you down with them, in the eyes of the ancestors, your ass is no different than a black slaver. Like they showed Shadow Moon when he made the wrong decision. You see what I'm saying? Your ass, that's how the ancestors get you when you choose them over us. Your ass is a black slave, a separatist. You know, outcast at this point, or exile. You know, you not fucking with us. It's different from being a non-playable character where you just don't know what's going on. But when your ass make the conscious choice, like Shadow Moon did, to choose their ways over our ways, then your ass become the enemy of the other state, or should I say in our language, the enemy of the realm. You see what I'm saying? Enemy of the realm. You know, so yeah, just to let y'all know, you become an enemy of the realm if you choose their ways over our ways. You become a separatist, you become all that shit. You become a traitor. You know, you become a traitor. Shit, and what Shadow Moon ended up saying, Father have thou forsaken me. It's because you forsaken them. Truth be told, Shadow Moon, is because you forsaken them. You forsaken your melanated heritage for this Norse bullshit they got going on over here. There ain't nothing wrong with the Norse guys if you know that they melanated beings. You know, they was originally black before, you know, they was whitewashed. But in this case, they showed you the whitewashed version of the Norse pantheon. So we going on what they portraying to you. So when they showed you the whitewashed Pleiadian agenda, Pleiadian archonic agenda, rogue Pleiadian archonic agenda. Let me make sure I let y'all know the difference. Rogue Pleiadian archonic draconic, reptilian, insectilian, gray agenda. Then they showing you what it really is. Like, you have a choice between our way or their way. It's our way or their way. And their way gonna lead to your ass being sacrificed. Ask any of them niggas in the boule. Them niggas walk around every day strutting, wondering, cause they don't tell them when they gonna get sacrificed. They just know when they number up, they getting up out of here. Ask your boy fucking Chadwick Boseman, or any other motherfucker they sacrificed in the past 5 years. Prince, or a decade. Goddamn Prince, Michael Jackson, any of them that they sacrificed in the past decade, who was part of that boule shit, and part of that order. Ask them. Go summon them. Go summon them, and they'll tell you what it is if you fuck with them niggas. So yeah. So you know, you sign a 360 deal with them niggas. What is a 360 deal? Well, a 360 deal is when them niggas literally own your life. 360 degrees is a full circle. That means they own everything that you had to offer plus your life. You see what I'm saying? Which includes your life. That's in the package. That's what a fucking 360 deals is. It ain't a 180, which is half. They own 360, which is all of you, including your life. Your life force, my nigga. Your life force. So they can murk you at any given moment. Your ass become a rag doll once you sign on the dotted line of their bullshit. They contracts. So yeah, there you go. So I advise you to pick our way, which is the way your ancestors, and where you gonna always come out on top, even if you are struggling, even if you are down financially. Yeah, at least gonna come out on top at the end of the day, even if you can't see it right now. Yeah, it's gonna come out on top, cause our melanated ancestors gonna make sure you come out on top. So yeah, so I advise you to come over here. You come over here to our side, the Muyan side of the equation, baby. The original side of the equation. Don't be fucking with these niggas over here, these archons over here, and they got many different orders and many different traps for you. They don't give a damn whether you a red hat more, or a black hat in the cabal, or a white hat fucking with that QAnon shit. All three of them niggas is still enemies of the fucking realm. Because Donald Trump a little bit better, but he don't fully understand what the fuck he doing. So he still, until he fully understands what the fuck he doing, then he's still an enemy of the realm. You see what I'm saying? He's still an enemy of the realm in the eyes of our ancestors / processors. So I'm in it there. Any questions before I get up out of here? I'm out of there. Any other questions while I roll?